What the fuck is going on a Tuesday night? Oh, I know. It's time for another edition of The Underground with yours truly, the Big Bad Devil Daddy Reaper. And tonight I got a wonderful special for y'all out there in Three Witches Land. I have the great Adam Cody from Holy Roller on Black Doom Records with us tonight. And we are so happy to have him, especially in the midst of all of the just lots of buzz on the band right now, especially with your latest single. And we're going to get to all that in just a moment. But first, we're going to cut to a commercial from our wonderful sponsor over at Villain Arts Tattoos. Check it out. Hopefully. That's right. Chicago, get ready for Reaper and Mischief coming to Villain Arts Tattoo Convention in Chi-Town. That's right. We're going to be there signing some photos, get some photo ops. We're going to have some tasty treats from our store. And come on down and hang out with us. That's what it's all about. It's more than just tattoos. It's a show. All right. So we are back with Adam Cody from Holy Roller. Ta-ta.
What's up, man?
He's alone, but here's the rest of the peeps.
Oh, yeah.
That's right. And the latest album is Swimming Witches. And that's a very, very nice vinyl that you are getting ready to drop, as I understand it.
Yeah, that's right. March 10th, it's coming out on Black Doom Records. The album is available now for digital and CD on Black Doom Records. And
nice.
Yeah, man. So we're just doing pre-sales right now, just trying to get the word out about the vinyl.
Hell yeah. Guys got any shows lined up currently?
Yeah, actually next week, man, we're going to be the 14th. We're playing in Charlotte with Nebula and the Atomic Bitchwax.
Yeah. I mean, that's one thing about Doom bands, man. The best fucking band names ever.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, the Atomic Bitchwax. Not only is it a killer band name, if you've never jammed on them before, they're a badass band, man.
Oh, I most definitely will check it out. Between my viewers and the artists I have on, I always get to find out about all the tasty new bands out there that I don't get to hear too much about unless there's a lot of press on it. But that is what the underground is all about. The best in the fucking underground for artists of all types, bands, actors, especially indie horror. And just about all the people behind the scenes as well. So we are definitely privileged to have you here. I love Tommy Stewart and Black Doom Records. And I actually manage Grave Next Door. So y'all are label mates. So we are no strangers to you guys. But
yeah, that's badass, man. Grave Next Door guys are kick-ass dudes, and we met them through Tommy.
Yes.
Same
Just
with
great bunch of guys, and with just one dream, and man, we live it together.
hell yeah, man. So do you live near close by to the Grave Next Door guys?
Not too far, I would say. I mean, I'm in Nebraska, so I
Gotcha.
guess I don't know, just a matter of maybe 4 or 5 hours, something like that. I know we're not far from Chicago, and then you follow through Chicago, you end up hitting part of Michigan. Had to think about it. So
Hell yeah, man. That's cool.
yeah, absolutely. Kyler, yeah, you're late. So guess what you get? Hello. That's right.
Nice.
So now you get to have sweet dreams of Danzig's lazy left nipple. All right. So let's just start at the beginning, man. How did you get into this business?
I guess the start would be in late middle school. I started a punk band with some of my best friends.
Yes.
And yeah, it was all about.
We were all listening to the Misfits at that point.
Yes, yes. I loved the Misfits. I loved AFI and Black Flag and Minor Threat. I liked all the old like heavy stuff, but I also liked the Punkorama, Epitaph Records, punk rock stuff too.
Hell yeah.
But yeah, man, after that, I started a band with some of the same people, and we started playing kind of hardcore and metal and death metal, and we started this band called Glass Casket when we were all 16 and 17.
Damn. And now, what year was that?
That was 2003.
Oh, okay. Yep, I'm still old.
Yeah. That was like our very first, we got picked up by a subsidiary of Century Media called Abacus Records. And basically they put us on tour with Between the Buried and Me. And we put out 2 albums. And, I basically dropped out of school and kind of just kept chasing the dream. I got offered to fill in for a death metal band called Vehemence shortly after that band broke up, and I did that for a few years, and man, it just spiraled out of control.
How did your parents feel about that? Were they supportive?
They were really supportive.
Nice.
Yeah, they were really supportive.
It's just like, oh, you gotta get that diploma, you gotta have that fallback plan.
We had some of that, like it wasn't all glory
and roses.
Yeah, there's a lot of. I mean, in the beginning, my parents were very much like, you should get a education to fall back on, and I think around that same time, my sister committed suicide, so it really shook up our family dynamic. Like,
no, for sure.
So things were just like really crazy, and they kind of saw people respond to the record because I wrote about my sister in the record a whole lot. And,
understandably.
And yeah, I mean, I think they saw people respond to it a lot, so they really encouraged. They saw it as a really good thing or whatever.
Yeah, I mean, it is kind of positive because that's usually a topic that doesn't really get covered. Especially in that type of music, even though it's known for kind of breaking barriers. So it's kind of like you guys broke that barrier too. So my hat's off to you. That's a hard one to vocalize.
Yeah, man, I'm proud of the records that we did. I was just a young kid, just really writing very brutally honest lyrics about mental illness and, everything that high school kids going through, like heartbreak and all that nonsense. But yeah, I'm really proud of the bringing awareness to mental illness. That's kind of like always been a goal.
Oh, absolutely. And then from there, you kind of bounced around some other really good indie label type stuff. So
yeah,
I think you said you did some death metal grind.
Yeah, I did a. Still, the band never broke up, but a band called Columns. We put out one album with Relapse Records, and then shortly after that, I joined a band from Charlotte called Wretched,
Mm-hmm.
and they. I was with them for 2 albums, but as a whole, they put out 4 albums through Victory Records. Uh,
Wow. Yep. That's
yes,
another big one.
yeah, that was fun, man.
Whew.
That band did a whole lot of cool tours and stuff. We toured with like Dying Fetus and
Damn. I was gonna say, who was your favorite roadmates?
ooh, man, I loved watching Dying Fetus every night. Like
Oh, they're
they were
fucking
badass.
incredible.
Yeah, I mean, they were really business bands.
Mm.
They hung out after the shows, but like I'd say the band that I got the closest with on a tour would be like maybe the guys that have you heard of Rivers of Nile?
Oh yeah. Yep.
Those guys were
Not a
fun.
band that really gets a lot of like commercialization, but
Mhm.
there was a time where I think they had first came out and they
Mhm.
were kind of pushing them, but after that, it just it was up to them to propel themselves. So
Yeah, yeah, those guys they're really good, man. I know they've gone through some lineup changes, but when we toured with them, man, it was just the most fun I've ever
that's
had.
awesome.
Yeah, those
So
guys.
and yeah, from talking with you, it seems like we both kind of come back full circle, starting out in much heavier dynamics, and now to like the doom stoner sludge, um, somewhat southern style, downish
Yeah.
type stuff. So, um, what made you decide that? Was it after you had left the last project, or?
Yeah, man. Honestly, the last band I was talking about, Wretched, we were touring a lot, and the whole time I was out with them, I was driving a whole lot, and
Mm-hmm.
late at night by myself, just cranking tunes and smoking weed.
For
All
sure.
the good things. but
Right.
uh, but man, honestly, like the whole time I was basically listening to Clutch and Sword and Orange
Yeah.
Goblin, Red Fang, and
Orange Goblin.
oh, I
Yes.
love Orange Goblin, man. Yeah, they're one of my
Maybe
favorites.
some Red Fang in there as well.
Yeah, I love Red Fang. I love Elder and Mastodon. And
Ah,
uh,
yeah, they're actually coming to Nebraska this summer. So guess who's going?
yeah, but the Gojira Mastodon show.
Yeah, it's them with shit. Lorna Shore's on there
Yeah,
as the supporting act, and one other big one. I don't know why it's totally getting past me right now. Oh, Gojira. That's right.
yeah, dude, I love Gojira too. That's probably one of my favorite bands
Fuck.
of all time.
Those guys fucking rock.
Yeah, dude.
All
Yeah,
right, real quick here. Kyler says, well, shit, I'm sorry to hear that, Adam. I'm a huge supporter when it comes to talking about depression, mental health, and suicide. So I know what you feel.
I appreciate it, man.
Nice. I honestly think that's something we can all relate to in one form or another.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, everybody honestly deals with some level of, mental illness or mental distress. Like, you never, whether it affects you or not, or whether you have it or not, you know.
For sure. I think it's innate in everyone. It's just a matter of to what level
Mhm.
and whether or not you're able to control it, have a good support system, all that stuff.
Yeah.
So for sure. And if anybody out there says they don't, they're kidding themselves.
Yeah.
I mean, shit, it's as simple as if you've ever broken up with somebody, you go through a depression phase. Don't
Yeah.
tell me you don't.
Yeah. Absolutely, man. Nobody's impervious to, a little bit of
Nope.
that every now and then.
Hell yeah. So why did that end up not working out for you? with the last
Um,
band?
I think that band was kind of like a all or nothing. We're either full time or not
Ah,
kind of deal.
how long were you guys like on the road for? Was it months at a time or
Yeah,
little stretches?
we were kind of road dogging it out for a couple years. We were basically like a month on, a month off, a month on, a month off for
Oh,
I
that's
don't know,
tough.
3 or 4 years or so.
Mm,
But I don't know, man. It was some of the best times of my life,
sure.
and some of the worst times of my life.
Well, road life for a musician can really kind of, especially if you have like a family and stuff like that, it gets tough trying to balance the two.
Yeah, yeah, that was really. I don't know. I have my own mental illnesses and
Sure.
dealing with traveling and trying to keep a relationship. Those two things just weren't really working out for me so well. Uh,
Ah, I understand that.
yeah,
Especially, you want to be there and then you're missing out on these things. And, you know, I mean, depending upon how good the relationship is, you don't know what's going on behind the scenes. You
yeah,
know, I totally get that. I was actually a victim of that many, many moons ago when I was on the road. So
yeah.
I can relate.
Were you what what were you doing? Were you playing or managing or?
Oh, yeah, I was playing in a death metal band called Hellbent
Nice,
at the time. That back in, oh man, that would have been 2006 to 2008. Yeah.
nice.
Um, there was a little bit of, tragedy that struck, and I had to go out on the road more in order to make more money. And
Yeah,
well, that opened up the playground. So,
yeah,
it happens, but
yeah.
you know, so yeah, I feel that, man. Um, so then you just kind of decided, well, I've done the heavy thing, for quite some time. You're ready to kind of get back to roots.
Yeah, I always sang for these metal bands, and I really had been like more interested in playing guitar and writing songs more than anything. And really, the it all kind of started from just the want to start a band where I was like actually writing songs and not just contributing the vocals to it. Um, so the first EP that we released, we did a self-titled EP in
Hmm.
like 2020, um, and I think most of the songs on that are just kind of songs that I had kind of come up with, um, just messing around in my basement. And
It's usually how it starts.
yeah, yeah, it's like a lot of those songs were kind of that, and then we got all the different guys on board, and this last album is really the first full just band Holy Roller album.
Yeah, it
um
did kind of look like you went through a couple of member changes throughout the time.
yeah, we did a little bit. We've always had the same lead guitar player, but we've added a third guitar player to the mix.
Ah,
um So we've got one lead guitar player that he is also a cover artist. His name's Jim Mayberry,
okay,
and
nice.
he's just pretty much constantly playing shows. Like he plays like 6, 7 times a week.
Damn,
Um,
that's nice.
yeah, yeah. So
Nothing wrong with that.
I mean, he's busy as hell, but sometimes like when he can't play a show, we would ask our friend Steve to fill in for him, and we kind of got tired of being like asking him to fill in and just ask him to join the band. Uh,
Hmm.
so
Makes sense.
we're just rocking as a 5 piece, and if everybody can make the show, we play it as a 5 piece, and if not, we can play as a 4 piece still, kind of.
Yeah, I mean that just even thickens up the riffliciousness that much more.
Dude, it's intense. Like we're we're trying to like learn how to balance it out so we're not all playing the same exact riff. Um,
Sure. And that's something that you could only usually achieve in the studio. So to be able to achieve that live without, everybody that cheats nowadays with backing tracks, that's great.
Yeah. Yeah, man.
That's right, folks. Don't be fooled. Just because it sounds like the album live, there's a lot of backtracking going on.
Oh, yeah. Yeah,
Cheaters.
Yeah.
Tyler says, do you have a favorite riff?
Favorite riff? Oh.
I'm assuming it's one of your own. I got my pick. So,
actually, I'm gonna have to pick one of Jim's riffs. Actually, it's the intro riff to the Deuce.
Okay. Yep, I was just listening to that prior to you coming on tonight.
Sweet, man.
So fucking thick.
Yeah, man. Yeah, it's just a dirty Southern. Just reminds me of Clutch, honestly, when it comes in.
Yeah. And the Sword has a lot of moments like that too, I think.
Yeah.
Not to mention the bass, man. The bass.
Yeah,
you guys get it. The bass should be right out there in front with you. The fact that they're digging on the same riff that the guitar is doing, so good.
Yeah, dude. Our bass player he's an awesome dude, man.
Now, does he pick or does he walk it?
I believe he picks. I could be wrong.
He's achieving that with a pick. Holy crap! That's awesome.
I could be totally wrong about that. I'm having to think now. Oh Lord!
Next time in practice, you're like, "Hey, how are you playing that damn thing?
How do you slap that thing?" Dude, I love it. It's funny you say that the bass rocks, because we just posted the video for the song "Atheist Prayer."
Yeah.
And the very first comment was, "I can't hear the bass."
What? Shit.
Yeah.
I mean, the first time I heard you guys was on Spotify, and it just, then again, it's like, I don't know. Do people actually look for it? Because I just kind of went into it with an open mind, because you never know how the mix is. Every producer's different. And it's like out at the forefront, I could hear all the notes, all the bass tones that are, going into the riff that you guys are jamming on. And it's like, holy shit. That's some Geezer Butler stuff.
Yeah, dude, that's Jason Kincaid is our bass player. And nice. Jamie King was the producer for that album. And man, he's so good at getting bass tone. Like, that's cool you noticed that, because we're all really proud of the bass tone on it.
Oh yeah. And do I detect a little bit of fuzz on it?
I'm pretty sure he's using a little bit of overdrive on it. It's
like just the right amount. It doesn't like overpower. To me, it's just it just really fits with the riffs very well.
Fuck yeah, thanks, man. Oh, I'm sorry. Can I say cuss words on here?
I mean, I curse all the time. I've cursed probably 20 times since we've been live. So.
Cool.
And I drink while we have our little conversation. It's kind of funny. Whenever I used to, before I got into the podcast business, I was like, it'd be so cool to do a podcast, kind of like the gentleman caller kind of thing. Got the drink and everything. Only it's demonic as fuck, and I love it.
Yeah. Fuck yeah, man.
Just want everybody to feel at home here at the Underground.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
What's up, Cody? Haven't seen you in a hardcore minute. All right. That's his first name. I probably tripped you up there. Yeah, I don't know if you can see the comments coming through, but
no. Oh, sometimes.
Sometimes. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I always forget what it's like being on the other end on the phone. So.
Yeah. Yeah, every now and then they come through.
Kyler says yes.
Cursing. Yes.
Nothing wrong with that.
Hell no.
All right. Let's see. Before we get into the next segment, we're going to take a quick commercial break. And I don't think my producer knows that I uploaded it, but we have a very special interview coming up on this Sunday on the Underground, featuring a very celebrated death. Let's see. Some people say they're death grind. Some say they're gorecore. All I know is I fucking love cattle decapitation. Let's check it out real quick. That's right. Josh Elmore, the lead guitarist of Cattle Decapitation, will be joining the Underground and gracing us with his unholy presence this Sunday at a very special time, because he is a very busy demon. So it's going to be at 2 o'clock CST. So hell yeah. All right. Anywho, so we are back with Adam Cody from Holy Roller. Let's talk about that video. I absolutely thought that video, fucking hell, John. All right, he says, is it a battle of the beards tonight on Reaper's Underground? I don't know. Actually, I just trimmed mine a little bit because it was getting crazy. But, that and, when we eat, it gets to be a little bit of a sport.
Dude, yeah.
What can the beard catch?
Dude, I'll show you. I got to tell you this because this changed my life. Are you a cereal fan?
Yeah.
All right, man. I eat my late night cereal. I get rips, eat my Captain Crunch before I go to bed. And I swear to God, this is saving me because I hate getting the milk in my beard, man. It gets on my nerves so bad.
Oh, it's awful.
Do a little of this. Eat your cereal. You're good.
I've done that very thing. That is definitely the easiest way to keep your flavor saver from catching the flavor.
I just kept dipping because I sit on the couch and eat, and I kept dipping my beard in my cereal bowl.
Oh man. Nothing like a few, floaties hanging around in there as you're eating your stuff. Not to mention, for me, it was eating pancakes and syrup got on my beard.
Oh, that's terrible.
And it turned to instant crust.
That is terrible.
Horrible. So I'm like, I got to protect it at all times.
That is rough. Dude, I just saw the ad for Cattle Decapitation, and I toured with those guys for a short stint.
Holy shit. So Josh?
Yeah, not very well. Like the tour. Do you remember the tour where they were on tour with 6 Feet Under and they got in a fight?
Okay. I think I heard something about this.
The two singers, the singer of Chris Barnes and Travis of Cattle Decapitation.
Chris Barnes?
Mm-hmm.
Was he fronting Cannibal Corpse at the time?
No, this was with 6 Feet Under.
Oh, okay, the other band. Yeah, I wasn't sure which one.
Yeah. But yeah, it was us, Wretched, Cattle Decapitation, and 6 Feet Under. And we played, I think it was like a week of dates that we played together. Mm-hmm. And then the two singers got into an altercation, and they left the tour for the rest of it. But
and of course, it had to be the two singers, right?
Yeah. I think there was some kind of past beef. I don't really know the full story. But yeah.
How fun.
I think
I'll try not to bring that up this Sunday.
Well, honestly, I think Cattle Decapitation was like killing it. They just put out the name 2 albums ago.
Okay. Did it have forced gender reassignment?
I think so. The one that was before Death Atlas.
Yeah, it had to be that one, because that's when they suddenly became a phenomenon because of the video.
Dude, well, that album is just so good too, man. Like, I was always a fan.
Don't get me wrong, but it was the fucking video that suddenly everybody in the world took notice. Was like,
Yeah.
just topped Cannibal Corpse.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, dude, it was so good, man. I still
Oh yeah.
am just such a huge fan of those guys, man.
That's why I jumped at the chance because one of our hosts that are with me and Genghis on, I think we're on Sunday nights now. It's called Tracks from the Damned. Human the Hoof Beast happens to know Josh and was able to get him on board to do it. So it was like, oh yeah, jumped at the chance.
Fuck yeah. Hell yeah, dude.
Awesome. So yes, we're talking about the Atheist Prayer video. As I was trying to say before I went off on a damn tangent somewhere.
That's my fault.
Happens. It's all right. It happens all the time. I couldn't think of a better way to do it. You know, it's not overproduced. You're not in a, what is it with, you know, all white walls, all white everything. And then there's the band wearing all black and rocking out. No, you guys are in your natural habitat.
Yeah, dude.
At a fucking live venue. And I like how you introduced it because somebody had asked you, so what's the name of the band? And you guys go Holy Roller, and then bam, kicks right into the tune. I was like, that's fucking sick. And then cuts to you guys doing live performances. Who shot that?
Chad Perry. He is a good friend of our drummer, and he's done a few other things for us.
That's cool. It's good to have somebody like that in your back pocket.
Yeah, well, we actually had several friends help film footage, and then we sent it to Chad, and Chad really did all the editing. Yeah. I think he filmed all the poorhouse footage, but the studio footage was from another friend of ours.
Nice.
But yeah, man, Chad Perry. He honestly, we had done a few lyric videos with Andy Pilkington from Very Metal Art, and he had done some really cool stuff for us, and we just really wanted to try something new that actually involved us being in it, and you know, having a little more identity to it than just the lyric video.
Yeah, I'm so kind of torn on lyric video, which is so much easier to put out.
Yeah.
But they never, well, I shouldn't say they never, because I've seen some lyric videos that really do kind of capture at least foreshadowing of what the song is about. Now, Genghis, our producer, he's done our latest lyric video that we haven't released yet, and I actually feel like this captures the story. It's almost like a video within a video. It's you know, you get the lyric content, but there's some live scapes that kind of come in and out. So I think that is going to be more powerful. How do you feel about the lyric video craze? Seems like everybody wants them. You think it's just for the lyrics?
Dude, I'll be totally honest with you. I couldn't care less about them.
I kind of figured. I've always wanted to ask another band that, because you know, we all do them. You know, we have to if we you know, haven't put together like an actual video. Me myself, I would rather do a full on, you know, video. You know, much like, you know, you guys did, but you know, it's just like, damn, we have to do them though.
Yeah, it's, you know, it's a price thing too. They're a lot cheaper.
Very, very much cheaper. Yes.
But like, honestly, like even when we do them, I feel like I'm bugging the people that make them, because I'm just like, all right, make it more of a music video, and you know, more detail.
Yeah, something more visually that makes sense.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know.
It's hard to capture it with just backgrounds.
Yeah, with just stills or like short animated stuff. I think that newer animated lyric videos are kind of cool. Like, it really depends on how much you put into the effects and
for sure
and whatnot. But I don't know. For me, like, if I'm gonna watch anything from a band, I want to see them playing live, basically.
You know, and I think that's also comes down to being an artist too. any of us that are in bands would like to see them actually play it.
Yeah.
Versus the whole pantomime thing and, all that stuff. But it's nice to see live footage. And that's one of the things I loved about Early Danzig. Like for that very first Danzig record. Sorry, Kyler. Sorry to bring that black eye up for you. But, that whole first record, all their videos were them playing live. So it was like you could feel the energy behind the tune and just really kind of like get in deeper with it. So the fact that you guys went with that, because a lot of people nowadays that they don't do that, they're not trying to capture the live medium. So that's why I was like, yes, I had to clap.
Hell yeah. Thanks, man. Yeah, we really wanted to do that. Like, even we talked about doing just a normal music video. And we kept coming back to, well, let's cut back to clips of us playing live. And then ultimately it just became like, oh, let's take all this footage we've got from the studio and a handful of shows and put it all together and see what we can come up with.
Yeah, absolutely. Not to mention, it is a kick-ass tune.
Thanks, man.
And as I remember recently, you guys posted that it got a pretty damn good review. I forget who the hell it was, though. God damn it. I have to repost so many things throughout the day, so it's like so much shit gets missed. But
no, man, we had some cool write-ups, like Metal Sucks had a cool write-up about it.
Absolutely, yeah.
I think
so. It looks like you got some, like I said in the beginning, you got some serious buzz going on. I'm surprised though that The Deuce on Spotify is killing Atheist Prayer so far. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's a great fucking tune. But I think the Atheist Prayer just hits so hard,
Thanks, man.
It's one of them tunes that you can really identify with, whether you're an atheist or, whatever your spirituality, if it's not conventional.
Yeah.
I wrote the book
absolutely.
on
that. Yeah, I mean, really, it's the idea of the song title is just that, everybody, when they're close to death, at least in my experience, like, I'm not religious, but the handful of times that I've almost gotten a bad car wreck or anything like that, the first thing I do is start praying.
I think we're almost kind of like, it's just an innate thing for us to do. I don't think it's even as a Satanist or a Viking, we all talk to our chosen deities and things. So it's like, it's universal. It's not just a Christian thing. But I definitely agree with that, though.
Yeah, that's.
When you feel like you're about to check out, you start talking to whoever.
Yeah.
Hoping that somebody in the darkness hears you.
Yeah. It's just that, like, I think it, like you said, it's ingrained in us to not want to be alone. And
it's the fear of the unknown.
And yeah, exactly, man. But I think it's good to step outside of that. And
it definitely is. And to look at it, some people, I don't know. And like I said, I'm ancestral Viking to Germany and a little bit of Scandinavia. So it's like, they never feared it. They welcomed it, as long as they're, the only thing was they felt that they couldn't, go into Valhalla without their weapon in their hand. So it's like, that's brutal. That's pretty heavy. I wish we could be like that, but we come from a different time where everything just seems surreal, unreal at the same time. And then that not knowing that you could check out at any moment is just kind of frightening.
Yeah, man. Oh yeah.
So that's why I feel like this song really does kind of hit hard, hit home for most people. And y'all can find this awesome tune as well as the rest of Swimming Witches on Holy Roller on Spotify. It's Holy Roller together, not separated. Let me just say that.
Very important. Thank you for clarifying that one, man.
You
'Cause
know, I can't tell you how many times that, even when I was in Black Tar Superstar, they're like, oh, I can't find your Spotify. That's because the entire name is pushed together. There's no spaces. Stop
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, man. Yeah, there is a Holy Roller. There's another Holy Roller, but it's 2 words.
Mm-hmm.
And it's slightly different. I think they're kind of like a folky alternative folk.
As I understand it, it's who's ever signed to a label that basically has dominion over the name,
Yeah.
especially
way,
since anybody can, get a DistroKid and all that stuff these days. So
yeah.
that has to be the way it gets separated, because I ran into that with Iron Serpent, but that band broke up in like 2014, and we're live and on a label. So it's like,
yeah,
we own it now.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck what you say.
I kind of think it's just whoever has the bigger name, like
that's what I think also. It's like, all right, if you're just play at the lounge every once in a while kind of band, and like I said, no label contract, you don't have merch out there, all that stuff, then you might as well just walk away from it and come up with something else.
Yeah, and honestly, fighting over the rights to something as silly as a band name nowadays, like,
it is.
It's just kind of like, whatever.
I'm telling you, that's how I feel about it too. It's a dumb thing to fight over, especially when there's no monetary value in it.
Yeah.
It's not your songs, it's ours, asshole.
Yeah. Yeah, man. I don't know. I think we have a pretty distinct sound.
You do, very much so. And we kind of talked about it. It's a lot, there's some hints of, obviously there's a little bit of Sabbath in all of us.
Yeah.
That's always going to be there. But I think it's just, as relevant as The Sword.
Cool, man.
All them witches. Because it's more of like a groove oriented kind of feel to what you guys do. But there's also like this barn stomping rock.
Yeah.
A little bit more straightforward. It's just kind of almost anthemic a little bit. And like you were talking about your influences style wise, and I see it. And I think that's what sets you guys apart from a lot of the other bands. Maybe even like a little bit of Alice in Chains in there, I hear.
Yeah.
I was thinking lyric or vocally, because your voice is so powerful. Fuck.
Thanks, man. Yeah, I appreciate that, man.
And it's really cool to see that, the years that you were singing more death growl, and if you were doing grind, were you squealing?
It was all brutal lows and high screams.
Isn't that something? So this is probably a breath of fresh air for you.
Dude, it's been a challenge. Like, yeah, I'm still not the best singer in the world, and it still takes me a little time to warm up into shows and stuff. So the first couple songs, I'm kind of just like biting bullets, just like.
I understand.
Terrible
I'm sure
noise.
Ozzy went through that all the time.
Yeah.
Because he was kind of the king of blowing his voice out, 3 songs in. So I think you handle it very well, actually, between
thanks, man.
Coming from that background, it didn't damage your vocal cords. And as my wife always puts it to me, it's like anything else. If you sing a little bit every day, it's your vocal, your vocals are like a muscle, and it's like pumping iron, essentially. So
yeah, that's totally true, man. I feel like at the end of several years of touring with Wretched, like I could do anything to my voice, like just after.
Well, I understand that is some pretty brutal shit to sing. We talk about people like Phil Anselmo.
Yeah.
and why suddenly does he sound like he's never lost it, but
Yeah,
for a
dude.
period of time he did.
I think
It kind of throws up the conundrum of, are they using a vocalizer on him? That thing that, not necessarily an auto tune, because you can
yeah.
sniff that shit out like it's nothing.
No,
But
yeah,
like
I
just
know what you're talking
something
about.
to help him reach the pitches, or did he just fucking start really woodshedding those songs again?
I honestly, I would be shocked if they were using like some kind of pitch corrector.
Yeah, I'd be shocked too, especially since a lot of it's screaming.
Yeah, yeah, but I mean, it is possible, but I honestly kind of think he's just in better health. Like, this is just my guess. I
Yeah,
have no
yeah,
idea.
I can definitely, yeah, I could say that also. Sure, after you get off all the drugs and all that, and
Yeah.
you're eating
You
well,
know?
you're eating healthy. But at
Yeah.
54, to be able to sing those Pantera songs, it's like, fuck.
Yeah, dude, I was honestly very surprised when all the reviews of the shows started coming back. I was a little surprised how well the vocals were being reviewed.
Yeah, I actually felt the same way, because I was like, I saw the live stream of Vulgar Display of Pantera when he was
Yeah,
with the Illegals, and it wasn't that good.
really.
Musically, it was fine, but I mean, there was just some shit he couldn't do.
I'll have to
Yeah,
check it out, man. Is
it's
that
worth it.
available online
The
still?
band, the band itself is great. Yeah, you should be able to find that on their website, I believe, either their website or their YouTube.
Gotcha. Yeah, I'll have
But
to check it out, man.
now, the Atheist Prayer is the video we can find on your YouTube channel, and I believe Black Doomba's also.
Um, I'm not sure if it's on Black Doom, but it should be.
If it's not, Tommy, damn it, let's get it on there.
we
I mean, it's doing great. From what I could see, 1.3K.
yeah.
Lots of awesome compliments, comments on there. Just a lot of positivity. Where do you guys kind of see yourselves heading towards? Like, what is your ultimate goal here?
I think our ultimate goal is just to put out as much music as possible. Um, we want to play and get out there as much as we can, and touring is definitely on the table, but we're all working our 9 to 5s and
Exactly. We are
doing
not rich,
jobs.
we can't just say, "Oh, I'm going to go off for a month. See ya."
Yeah.
Find
Yeah.
somebody to fill in for me till I get back. It doesn't work that way, folks. That's why bands are doing shorter stints.
Yeah, that's our goal really, is to do, a couple maybe week-long tours a year.
Yeah, I mean, I don't see how that would be, so off the table. You accrue some vacation time, and
Yeah.
sadly, instead of taking the family on a trip, unless they want to come with you, that's a different story.
Yeah. Yeah, man, that's kind of how we're functioning right now, is just
That
doing
makes good sense,
everything
though.
we
You're still
can.
getting that visibility.
Yeah, man, we're hustling here in our region. We really, I'd like to get out of the region and get to, the Northeast and to the West Coast, but we're just going to have to kind of build up to that.
I could see you guys doing very well. Nebraska, Kansas, Wisconsin is it's kind of like an untapped resource for a lot of bands. And it's like,
dude.
when you think about going and playing a show and it ends up being like 10, 15 people, because venues, got to tell you folks, they don't promote shit.
Yeah.
They only care about what they're going to get money wise from local talent, and not the out of stater. So, so a lot of times you end up playing in front of, like I said, 10, 15 people. But if you fucking rock their world, They're going to
Yeah.
talk about you, buy your stuff. But in Wisconsin, those people fall over live acts.
Yeah.
Whether they're national, not national, regional, doesn't matter. They love fucking metal.
That's
So
true, man. That's very
that
true.
might be a spot you want to also check out.
Yeah.
Because I manage some bands, Kansas and I forget the other one. God damn, Oklahoma. That's it.
Yeah.
I got a couple bands down there, and then obviously your label mates in Michigan, and a few others that are in Florida. So it's like kind of spread out. I have one from Germany,
Oh, hell yeah.
which is fun. So yeah, coming to the Midwest you guys would do really well. I would imagine Texas would be good, as well as like New Orleans.
Yeah.
It's like Doom Capital, around
Yeah,
there.
dude.
And New England. I think you guys would kick ass up there. Maine, Massachusetts, Maryland, the Maryland Doom Fest. I could see you guys playing that as well. So there's a lot of opportunities. And you're always guaranteed a good crowd. I could see you guys killing it at any festival.
Hell yeah, man.
That's what it's all about these days. It's fucking weird.
It is. That is the thing, man. It's festivals or nothing. That's kind of like what big bands are doing. It's just festival tours.
Let me ask you this. Do you think that's because people's attention spans need a ton of different shit instead of just one or two? It's like, God, I want to see everything all at once.
Yeah, I think that's the intent. And then they get there because everybody I know, including myself, likes the idea of the big, giant, crazy festival. But then they get there and they're like, man, my beer is $14 and I can only see half the bands and I'm tired. Like I hate festivals now because, the bands all have these like real short sets and you can tell they're all not really enjoying it as much as their like normal club show or whatever.
Nope, because it's not intimate.
Exactly. That's
just something about it. Something about having not some fucking 100-foot gate that keeps everybody back, and then you're all the way 100 feet back, and it's like, how do you connect with anyone at that point? It's just a sea of people,
Yeah. Yeah, I mean that's actually exactly what it is, man. That's pretty good. Like,
I don't know. It's like the only way to tell if they're even into what you're doing is if they're moshing.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's honestly like so easy. Like the Wretched did one of those kind of festivals. There was the Rockstar Mayhem Energy Drink Festival.
Oh shit. Yeah, that used to be a big show.
It was a good one. It was the one we did was 2014, I think, and it just blew my mind how easy it was to get people to respond to you. Like, every time I said, "Throw your fucking hands up," like no matter what, if you said it with enough gumption.
Did you say it just like that?
Yeah. Let me
I'm
see
just
your
teasing.
fucking metal horns. Dude, people just go bonkers, and it's really fun. But you're right about the like disconnect of like, the big barrier and the security guards and all that kind of crazy stuff.
Yeah, I mean, at one token, you don't want somebody running up on stage while you're doing your thing.
Yeah.
Because that's just bad. But, for the people that are like 20 feet back, like lawn, they're only getting to really see you through a screen that's behind you or on the sides of the stage. And it's just like, never really kind of dug going to a live concert to see one of my favorites or even one of my heroes. And I can't see them, but see them on a screen. I don't know. It's tough. It's a catch-22, but nowadays that's kind of what metal is like. Strangely.
Sorry.
Doggy, doggy.
Hey, 40.
That's okay. Actually, we're going to go ahead and cut to one more commercial before finishing up our final segment with Adam Cody here from Holy Roller. Check out the awesome artists at Reapers Underground Productions. Check it out. That's right. Reapers Underground Productions Management is more than just a management company. Whether you just need a lot of social media promos, advertisements to get you out to bigger reaches, or if you're looking for booking as well, I'm the guy for you. If you think you have what it takes, check me out. All right. We are back with Adam Cody from Holy Roller. And man, just a wealth of experience and knowledge. And hopefully, if there's anybody out there in Three Witches Land that is watching this, hopefully you've shared the fuck out of it, because that's what you're supposed to do. Have learned something for if you're in an upcoming band and you're trying to figure out how to do this, how to do that. Gotta tell you, it's about 60% your own hustle.
Yes.
Labels do not do it for you. The 80s have been over for years. You know, and it's sad that a lot of people still think that, oh, just because you're on a label, suddenly you can kick back and go, okay, I got it made. No, you don't.
Yeah. Yeah, that's just the start, you know, like really you get a label that's really willing to work as hard as you do, and you've got it made. Like
for sure. And not all of them do.
Yeah, that's true. I've been on 4 different ones, I guess, and you know, I can tell you right now, 3 of those were decent, you know, situations, and one of those was terrible situation.
Oh man,
financially. I mean, really, in music, don't expect to go make a living, you know, even if you're touring 24/7, like the expense of it is just so great.
Astronomical.
It's crazy, man. Like, in my opinion, focus on your music, you know, focus on your reach and what you can do from where you're at, and don't focus on touring so much, because sometimes that can just break your band up, before it's even started, really.
Oh, absolutely. That's why there are so many bands nowadays that are getting their hands into other entertainment mediums in order to get their music out. You got Ice Nine Kills that goes around and does a lot of horror cons.
Yeah.
That is where they're making their bread, because when they go, they get a big old chunk of money just to show up.
Yeah. Yeah, I bet that's pretty cool, man. Like I'd love to get into something like that.
Exactly. And I think that's really a new avenue for a lot of bands, because metal coexists alongside horror very well. Case in
Oh, yeah.
point, Jennifer's Body and the song by Sword that played while the chick was getting up out of the water.
Yeah.
Who would have thought? Hypo Negative
Yeah.
did the intro song for I Know What You Did Last Summer.
Mhm.
There's just so many metal soundtracks to some of the best horror films that are out there.
Who did the was it Il Nino that did the Jason soundtrack? What am I thinking of?
For which one of the franchise?
Oh man, this would have been like Jason versus Freddy, I think.
Oh, yeah, then you're probably right.
It was
There
either
was
Il
a
Nino.
shit ton of metal on there.
Yeah, there was a bunch of good metal on there. Yeah, man.
Even
a huge
Resident
horror
Evil.
Yeah.
Slipknot was on there. Kill Switch Engage. That's the song playing during the credits.
Yeah.
It's like, holy shit. So yeah, it's really about how you can connect and reach other audiences to get them excited about what you do. And shorter runs, people, is where it's at. And you know what I think? The less amount of shows you play makes you that much more wanted. You know what I mean? It's like you do limited performances, which is kind of what we're doing with Iron Serpent, because our guitarist lives in Ohio, and then my wife and I are here in Nebraska. So, we have, some stuff planned for the summer, but it's going to be limited, So I think that'll make it that much cooler.
Yeah, dude, it makes it a little more important when you know the band's going to come back through the next month at the same venue and play the same set. Yeah.
I don't have to see them every time.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
totally
I think that's
agreed,
a smart way to do it.
Hell yeah. Well, we just absolutely amazed and glad to have you on the show tonight. I'm glad that we were able to talk about it. March 10th, people.
Yes.
Swimming Witches vinyl. Let me get that back up there one more time so you can see this beautiful piece of machinery. Oh, let me try that again. There it is.
Oh, yeah.
In all its glory. And the colors, just all the way down to the killer band photo that's in the center, takes me back to, when I was a young pup at the end of the 70s.
Hell yeah, dude.
I'm not that old. I was born in 76, but I can still remember the last Black Sabbath album, Never Say Die. I did get to see that. So
that's
just awesome. So many of you guys love vinyl, especially a lot of my viewers as well. So awesome. Check it out at Black Doomba Records. I believe you're also on their Bandcamp.
Yeah, we are on the Bandcamp.
So if you want to get that digipack, or if you want to get a physical CD like myself, sorry, I really don't prefer to get my music digitally. I like to have it and say I got it, I supported. It makes me feel good as a listener. Hopefully it does to you guys too. So to your success, keep pushing. You guys are doing a phenomenal job. Can't wait to see what you're doing in the future. So we'd love to have you back on, and we will definitely promote just about everything that comes through. I do it for every guest. So
we appreciate it, man. I really appreciate you having me on the show, man. It's been kick-ass talking to you.
Absolutely, man. It's like I said, it's not one of those show on April the 18th, I read that you did that. Fuck off. No, I don't do that. It's a conversation. We're
Hell
all
yeah.
colleagues here.
Yeah, absolutely, man. We're all fans.
So,
That's
yeah.
first
And
foremost.
thank you all for tuning in tonight. And like I said, don't forget, Josh Elmore of Cattle Decapitation will be with me in the underground on Sunday. I believe Hoof Beast is going to join me for that also. So it'll be really kind of cool. And absolutely. And as you're turning in for the night and you got what is it, Wednesday, the hump of Wednesday, the morning grind, just always remember when you wake up to stay heavy.
See a corpse rotting in this wasteland.